Dark Knight?
I watched one of those.
Really?
Did you watch the second one, or did you watch one with Bane?
I did not watch the one with Bane.
Did you watch one with the Joker?
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah.
It's the second one.
The good one.
Well, yeah, I guess you hit the best one.
Yeah.
Cool.
Yeah.
I mean, the first one was good.
The first
I
one was
don't
good,
remember
yeah.
it at all. I just know there's a bus and a bank.
The first two are good movies.
The third one.
The characters are kind of wonky to like what DC normally is.
Well, yeah.
Well, he was trying to
But-
give it like a very realistic.
Well, yeah, that was
Yeah.
that was
feel.
that was Batman in the real world.
Yeah.
Which I mean, he did. I feel like he did a good job capturing that. But,
But-
why would you pick a villain like Bane, who is like some kind of juiced up mutant, like
Yeah.
Yeah, that was kind of a weird
to
fit.
try to make him into a real world villain?
Yeah. Anyways.
So Wonder Woman.
Yeah, but so I think the problem is, and read an article by Nerdist about it. Did you guys read that article too?
I did.
Logan read it.
I
Good
read
job.
that night.
Did you read it?
I mean, it's a short article. I mean.
It's not. Yeah, it's not that bad. But basically, what they're saying has happened there is that, and this article was written like months back before Wonder Woman was
Yeah, yeah.
like had even
This
really
was
gotten
in
reviews
January.
and things like that.
It was in January.
Yeah. So I think when what they were talking about was how you have when the animated series came out in the 90s, all the people that made the animated series for like Batman and Superman and all that had grown up watching Adam West Batman, which is not dark at all. It's like a comedy basically.
Yeah.
I mean,
Great.
those are excellent movies. Or show really. There's
Yeah.
there's a
it's all
movie.
super slapstick.
I love it. But then you have the 80s with like Reagan era government, and there's a lot of like discord in the country.
It was very dark and
Yeah. So they wrote more that dark feel into their comics. So the people that were directing movies recently were the people that grew up reading those comics and basing their characters around those characters from those comics, right? So it translated kind of dark, which made sense for the Dark Knight series, because Batman can be dark. But for Superman, like Man of Steel, doesn't make any sense to me that you would make him dark or make really anything surrounding him dark. Because, I mean, even if you go back to like this Batman animated series with like Mark Hamill and all that in it, it's a dark setting, but it's not a dark story ever really. Like Mr. Freeze is kind of goofy in there. The Joker is an over the top like clown.
yeah.
I mean,
Well, and the thing is, and this I feel like has kind of even translated over to the Marvel realm a little bit, is the fact that like ever since the Dark Knight series, everybody was kind of chasing after that dark, gritty, kind of like psychological thriller almost, and more so in the DC universe because what was it, Lex Luthor in Batman versus Superman.
yeah.
Let's just make him crazy, and now he's the perfect villain. Like,
Well, that didn't. I forgot about Lex Luthor in that movie.
yeah. Well, and that's what I'm saying is, like, I feel like he watched Heath Ledger's portrayal of the Joker and was like, all right, cool, let's just recreate that because
Yeah.
let's just make the same villain.
That doesn't make any sense for
Yeah, that was
Lex
kind of a
Luthor.
weird portrayal
No, it
of Lex
didn't.
Luthor.
at all.
I read
Like,
I read a fan theory that possibly he was the son of Lex Luthor.
That's what I heard, but like, why
Yeah.
not just?
But he wasn't
have
portrayed
Lex
as that,
Luthor?
so.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was a weird casting from the beginning.
Yeah, it really was because
That's the kind of character he plays in every
I
movie.
I can't say anything redeeming about it. It's just bad. It
Yeah.
speaks for itself.
Oh, that movie, and the whole. Okay, so forget all of the like dark doom and gloom issues I have with it. That I don't think DC should be going that direction anymore.
Yeah.
Which it looks like with Wonder Woman, they're going more the optimistic approach that Marvel has been going.
Looks like they kind of learned from their mistakes.
So
Well, they're going the current day comic book approach.
Yeah.
Because that's the thing is like the comic books still are, from what I can tell, because I don't keep up with comic books very much, but they're not as dark and dismal
They're
and
more
dreary.
uplifting.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, so, but like, the thing is about like Batman versus Superman, I mean, if like throw out all of like the dark, dismal, cynical stuff. Honestly, like the plot was terrible.
Oh yeah.
Oh, the plot made no sense.
And the whole like the way they tied the characters in at the end was really dumb.
Wonder Woman has just kind of been around, apparently.
Mm-hmm.
Well, no, I'm not talking about that. I'm talking about between
Martha.
Batman and Superman.
Oh yeah.
Did you say Martha?
Yeah. Well, the thing is, Lex Luthor in that movie did orchestrate that. That was his thing, but no, the kind of the tipping point for them teaming up being, did you say Martha? It's like,
yes, that's
honestly,
what I'm talking
the
about.
funny part is I never made that connection that they had the same, like their moms had the same name. And then they said that, I was like, oh no. I was like, I never realized that. It never occurred to me until then.
Yeah,
And honestly, the funny part is that's kind of the same thing that Pirates of the Caribbean did.
Exactly.
Where it's just like at the end, it's just like we have
to break the thing.
We have to. We're gonna come to this conclusion just in a really just like sudden and like in your face way.
Yeah, no subtlety at all.
Yeah.
So I don't know. We'll see how Wonder Woman is. We'll see.
Yes, I'm actually excited for Wonder Woman because I saw the trailer. I did not like the trailer. Just made me not excited for it.
Yeah, I trust Rotten Tomatoes pretty well in their reviews too. Like the 90% they've given it.
Well, because it's also made up. From what I can tell, like the reviews are all made up from different people's from different backgrounds and everything. So that's the thing is like you have a variety of different walks of life giving those reviews. So it means as a whole that it appeals to a wide variety of audiences. Why is Justice League coming around so early?
I don't know.
Like they haven't established Aquaman. They haven't established Cyborg. They established the Flash on a TV series, but apparently that's not even not canon for the actual Justice League.
It's not even the same Flash.
And they haven't.
The show is Barry Allen.
Yeah.
And
that's true. Yeah.
This is
it Wally West?
Wally West. Yeah. Flash is the movie.
See, and like they haven't even given Ben Affleck a Batman movie. The only character is the one that's dead in the movie. Go figure.
Yeah.
Batman or Superman.
Okay.
Come on.
I feel like with Ben Affleck Batman though, I feel like he's been around enough to where we kind of know what he's going to be like.
That's true.
Although something I don't know if you guys have noticed with it, he apparently doesn't have any problem with killing anybody at all.
That is so weird.
I know. That's
that's
like
the
thing is
Batman.
his whole code. The whole appeal of Batman is
Batman.
he doesn't kill people.
Well, that's like most superheroes.
Yeah, and Superman's the same.
But I mean, especially with Batman because he doesn't have powers, so he has to try harder.
But here, hang on, wasn't it Christopher Nolan that did Batman vs Superman?
No,
that was Zack Snyder.
That was Zack Snyder.
Same guy who did Man of Steel.
Okay. Where Superman killed somebody.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
So,
I'm seeing a trend here. Who did Wonder Woman?
Not Zack Snyder. Some girl.
Okay. Who's doing Justice League?
Let me look up her name real quick.
I don't know, but I hope it's not Zack Snyder. Given his track record.
I feel like I read an article that they're going with somebody else that is supposedly going to be more, I guess, not as super dark.
Patty Jenkins wrote Wonder Woman.
Okay.
They need to get her.
Yeah. I mean, apparently she did a good job on Wonder Woman, so.
And then let me look up Justice League.
But I feel like they're kind of doing, and I hate to say this, the lovely name of Suicide Squad, but they did. But here's the thing.
Yep, Zack Snyder. Justice League.
He is.
Oh,
gosh darn it.
No. Okay. So we know how that's going to be.
Yay. Well, we'll see. But I feel like they're kind of doing the same thing where they're jumping the gun without setting up any characters.
They're
trying to catch up.
They're trying to catch up to
That's
Marvel.
the whole
I
thing.
know, but the thing is, okay, now
Marvel took their time to set everything up.
Well, and I know this isn't the popular opinion, but I would rather watch a Marvel movie about one of the individual characters than Avengers. I enjoy.
I'm the same way.
Okay. Because that's the thing is,
all
like,
the tie-ins.
it is
Honestly,
cool
both-
seeing them all together, but I actually enjoy the singular movies more so.
Honestly,
Yeah.
both of the Avengers movies have been a little too busy for me most of the time.
Thank you.
The-
Although
The
Avengers
first
2
one wasn't that bad. The
Avengers
second
2, at
one-
least you got that scene where they all kind of sat down and like hung out and like
Yeah.
Yeah,
had
no,
a
the
party.
second. I like
Or was
the
that,
second one more.
No, that was the second one.
or was
They
that
had
Iron
the
Man
party.
3?
Second one.
They had the party in the second Avengers.
Okay, just checking. Because there's so many of them.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, Age of Ultron. That's okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, where
well, and
the
so that was
hammer
cool where
thing.
they can do cool scenes with that, and
But,
they
like-
also like had that downtime at Hawkeye's house where you got to kind of see them be a little more human.
Yeah.
I did appreciate that.
But it is really busy because it's literally just
yeah.
like when they do have downtime, it's like 5 minutes of each character and back to it.
But like, I get, they're all part of the same universe, but they don't have to constantly establish that with like tie-ins to other characters and
Yeah.
constant like cameos with other
Well,
characters.
and everybody loves Guardians of the Galaxy.
Yeah.
And you don't see Avengers popping up in there.
Which I'm fine with. Yeah.
like,
yeah. Well, I mean,
Or even what was it?
Guardians will be joining the
Thor 2.
Avengers.
My favorite, honestly, one of my favorite Marvel movies. Thor
Yeah.
2.
I like that one.
It was Thor.
Yeah.
Like it was all centered around Asgard and everything, and it stayed there. It wasn't super busy with all the other heroes popping in and out constantly.
The most they did was like a Captain America cameo for like a second.
Yeah,
and,
I
like,
forgot.
that was
Yeah, they
just,
threw him
That
in
was
there
just
for a
funny.
minute.
Like,
Yeah.
yeah.
So I mean, it's cool to see them in there, but I mean, the Avengers movies. It's cool if you keep track of if you always see all the Marvel movies to like see them all together. But I honestly enjoy the lead up. Although Infinity Wars, that's gonna be cool.
Oh, that's
Yeah.
gonna be expensive.
Even though it's gonna have a ton of people in
it's gonna
it.
have a ton of A-list actors.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yep.
yeah. It's gonna have
Yeah.
all. It's gonna have all
Be
the
an
Chris's in it.
expensive movie. All the Chris's.
All the Chris's.
So and here's the thing. Marvel is like 50 movies deep at this point. They've got a lot.
I mean, not quite 50.
But I'm saying with the X-Men and Spider-Man and
Oh, I thought you were
for
talking
the-
about just Marvel
Oh,
Studios.
yeah.
I'm saying like everything leading up, which I know that they haven't tied X-Men in or anything, but they're going to eventually.
I don't.
But
Probably like way
I
down
don't
the
think
line.
so.
I mean,
because they've got to
Fox-
work out another
Fox-
deal with
Fox
Fox.
is still
It's
holding on to
Disney.
that.
Fox has Deadpool, so I think
It's
they're going to hold out.
Disney.
Well, the problem. You say that, but Fox,
I know. Fox is a powerhouse.
Fox is a powerhouse, but they're gonna be making money because they're trying to make Deadpool. And
Deadpool. They're
Venom.
trying to make
Venom.
Inhumans.
No,
No?
Inhumans is gonna be Marvel,
Venom.
which I think they abandoned Inhumans. It's not. No, it's not.
Oh, they've got Venom.
is-
Venom's Sony.
Venom's Sony.
Yeah.
Wait, right?
That's
what?
Spider-Man universe.
Yeah.
Okay, never mind. My bad.
It's X-Force.
X-Force.
Yeah,
Yeah,
X-Force
that's it.
movie
Oh,
with Deadpool
yeah. Okay.
and Cable
Okay.
and not Gambit. I don't think so.
No, I think Gambit's
No,
gonna
they
be-
have Gambit. Yeah.
Is it gonna be Gambit?
Yeah.
I think.
I believe so.
think
Okay.
Gambit.
Oh yeah.
They're trying to make like all the favorites
Okay.
except Wolverine.
He's
Yeah.
dead.
Yeah.
Rip.
Rip.
Spoiler. So anyway, I feel like the thing is, at least if you're gonna get into Justice League, you only got 2 movies to watch.
Yeah.
If you want to get into Avengers, you got a lot to catch up on because I mean, anymore I've noticed that
Yeah.
a lot of references to past movies are now, like for example, Iron Man.
Yeah.
When they did Iron Man 3, I believe, where it was
Although-
all about the events that happened in New York in the Avengers movie.
Yeah.
Whereas at least with this, I mean, you just have to watch Batman versus Superman and Wonder Woman. There you go. You have.
Yeah.
Yep.
You're caught up.
Oh, and Man of
I feel
Steel.
like you need to watch
Don't.
pretty much
I-
from
no.
the first Avengers movie on chronology. I think the first
Yeah,
2
yeah.
Iron Mans aren't really necessary, and even the Hulk movie, not that necessary.
Don't
mean, they're
bother.
not
Don't bother with Hulks
Oh.
because
It's good.
Edward
It's-
Norton's and
Yeah.
who was the first guy? I can't remember. I can never remember.
Edward Norton.
No.
Edward Norton's
There was
the first-
there was that one before that when they.
Oh no,
Marvel
he's not.
that's,
first
He's,
started.
that's
not
way
Marvel.
beyond.
That's
Yeah,
it.
that's different.
But what was it in the Thor movies? Didn't really, or the first Thor movie didn't really have anything to do with.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think people just came and talked to him later.
But that's what I was gonna say. I read an article on Cracked that was about like DC movies and like the possibility of why we're not hyped about Justice League, and one of the things was that they might fall into the same pitfall that Marvel has kind of fallen into, where it's almost like it's daunting to get started on it now. Because like me, I grew up on those movies, so I mean, I always watched them when they came out. I checked them out, and if I didn't catch them in theaters, I catch them on video or whatever streaming service.
So the hype's kind of falling out a little
Well,
bit.
no, what it is if like for me, if I wanted to get into comic books, there's so much to catch up on. Because there's so much world established, there's so many storylines and everything that if
you can't just pick one up and
conversations
just
are
read
going to be
it.
happening
Yeah.
that, you know, I have no idea what they're discussing because that happened, you know, 4 or 5 issues back. So that's kind of the thing that, you know, Marvel is falling into, which it's understandable because you have an established, you know, franchise. You're going to continue on with it and you want to reward the longtime fans with like referencing other things like, oh, I know what that is. But now there's so much, like I said with Iron Man 3, it was all about the first Avengers movie and the events in New York and how that affected Robert Downey Jr. as a Tony Stark as Iron Man. He has to be all 3. But and that's the thing is like they're kind of falling into this where if you have it's daunting for newcomers.
Yeah. It's kind of intimidating to look at them all and go, I have to watch all this.
Yeah, because you have like 6, 7 established superheroes with all their own movies, and it's like, oh, so I have to go watch this to know what they're talking about there. And then,
Although, I mean, you can skip like if you're trying to get, you can skip like some of the Iron Mans.
yeah, I mean, and
you can skip Hulk. You can skip Ant-Man.
You can definitely skip Ant-Man.
Yeah.
Like, I mean,
I enjoyed Ant-Man.
I liked Ant-Man. I'm just saying it's not crucial to the story that he like be
The
there.
most he does is just fight.
Because he
I
was
mean,
also just Civil War.
honestly, if
Yeah.
you really want to get the story of all of them, just watch like Civil War.
Yeah.
Watch both the Avengers movies.
Honestly, if you want, I guess if you're new to it and you want to pick out a favorite to start following, watch the Avengers movies or
Captain America.
And then Captain America, Civil
Yeah.
War. If you watch those 3, then you'll be able to pick out a favorite and
Yeah.
run with it.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, and then just fill in the gaps with Iron Man and other thing. I don't know.
Just watch Iron Man. That's what we're saying.
Yeah,
We've been saying a lot of Iron Man.
Iron Man.
Yeah.
Because there's 4 of them.
That's true, yeah.
Yeah.
For some
Wait, are
reason.
there 4?
No, there's only 3.
They're making a 4th one, I think.
Yeah, they're making a
Yeah.
4th one,
Okay.
and he said that's going to be his last. His last.
He said that, he's been saying
I
that for a
thought the
while.
3rd one was supposed to be his last Iron Man only movie, but he's still going to do Avengers and stuff, like all the cameos.
No, he said that was going to be his last one, but then they said they were going to replace him. So then he was like, wait, no, I
Okay.
went back in.
Well, because I know he talked about no more Iron Man movies, but he was still going to do like Avengers and all like the Civil War type stuff and like all the.
I don't
group
believe
stuff.
Robert Downey Jr. on that for a second.
Yeah.
He saved his career with that movie. He can do whatever the
Yeah.
heck he wants to
Yeah.
as that character now
Fact.
too.
Yeah.
So,
Well, that and when he did the Sherlock movies, I wish they'd make another one of those. I enjoyed those.
yeah, Sherlock movies were good.
I think they were, but I think they just...
Also, Robert Downey
Stop.
Jr. is a busy man with
Yes.
just being Tony Stark and Iron
Yes.
Man and all that.
I mean, that is a career consuming
Has he
thing.
really been in other movies since that kind of blew up, other than Sherlock Holmes?
He did like one other with like some guy.
Let's find out.
Tropic Thunder.
Well, that was a while ago. Oh man.
That was a
I think
good
that was
movie, though.
before Iron Man.
I still have not seen that movie.
You haven't seen Tropic
What?
I
Thunder?
have not seen it.
That movie is really good,
All
actually.
right, here.
Here, are you gonna show it to me right now? Or are you gonna?
Yeah, let's watch it.
No.
I don't want to watch Tropic Thunder right now, Eric.
He did.
He did something called The Judge.
Oh yeah, yeah. I
Oh
remember
yeah,
Judge.
yeah, I remember
Okay.
that. Okay.
That's
Actually,
right.
apparently that's a pretty good movie. He also did The Soloist. I remember that with Jamie Foxx.
Okay.
Oh, okay.
So he has had a couple.
They're more like.
There.
Are those independent
Oh,
studios?
Due Date. He did Due Date.
Did he?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh.
With Zach
Zach.
Galifianakis.
Yeah. Good old Zach.
He did Gothica. I mean, that was forever ago, but I just remember when he actually broke Halle Berry's arm in that movie.
Yep.
In real life.
Yep. So I feel like we've kind of gone down Marvel movies, talking about DC movies now.
Because when you think about DC movies, you have to bring up Marvel because that's the benchmark.
That's their
That's the
main
computer.
competitor.
They're setting the benchmark.
Yeah. So and we'll see. Point being, Wonder Woman looks like they're going down the approach that Marvel's doing, optimistic, uplifting.
Just less dark and dismal and
Well,
depressing.
Yeah, none of the
Less
cynical.
I've heard it still has, like,
less
a-
Christopher Nolan.
I've heard it still has like a hint of a dark tone, but that's
Well,
not the
okay.
main
Yeah.
thing.
Well, I'm sure they're going to keep the same color palette.
I
And I
noticed
think when
that.
people say dark, it's going to be like they mean color palette for the
Yeah.
movie.
Yes, I'm fine with
and
that.
Yeah.
lighting and things like that.
No, I like that.
Which that does set them apart because the thing is, Marvel movies
Yeah,
are
that's-
very colorful.
And
Yeah.
I don't care so much. That's fine to me because that's just like a cinematography choice.
Yeah. And
But
I'm
like
fine
the
with that.
story,
Exactly. The story and just kind of like the telling of it and everything, it needs to be less like, I don't want to feel so bummed out.
Yeah.
Like, I mean, it was good for the Dark Knight series, but drop it.
Yeah.
Basically.
It worked well. It worked for that.
Yeah, exactly. It had its run. Now move on.
Yeah, and then I also feel like too, like I'm kind of thinking back to those movies and like the tone of those movies. Dark Knight series had a pretty good soundtrack to it.
Yes.
Whereas Superman and Batman vs Superman and all that has had that not a good soundtrack.
Man of Steel had an okay soundtrack.
Okay, well the thing is it just seems kind of awkward because like I feel like no one acts in the movies because like Bruce or Ben Affleck just kind of like sits there and makes a frowny face the whole movie.
It's true. He just kind of pouts.
And then Henry Cavill, as Superman and Clark Kent and all that, doesn't really say anything
Which
much.
I'm kind of sad because I like him as an actor, so I was kind of hoping for more from him.
It's funny too because they put so much work into like their physique and everything for these movies. Like I do love the fact though that these movies, like think of like old Supermans and stuff like that. Look at like
Henry Cavill,
but then look at
jacked.
Henry Cavill and it's like just his chest is like, all right, that's Superman.
Yeah.
Like I remember the first.
I mean, he definitely looks like Superman.
Yeah, and the thing is, have you seen
too, like Ben Affleck looks the most like Batman, and like looks how I would envision
dimple.
Batman.
Chin dimple, man.
Yeah.
The chin dimple just sets it off.
Regardless of all the
the workout montage, like watching his workouts and everything, it's like, okay, he's Batman.
Yeah, and then I mean, no one will beat George Clooney Batman though. Bat nipples.
Bat nipples.
That's what they're missing.
But also, one thing I do like is like that. Like I guess this is more publicity or for the films is like they're showing like the workouts of the people that play these characters because they all get jacked for these movies.
And that's like
even like J.K. Simmons for like the Batman movie because he's playing like Gordon and he's jacked.
Okay,
just for like a minor role.
Get back to Marvel for a second. Think about Chris Pratt before.
Dude, Chris Pratt, even Chris Evans, the scene where he is holding the helicopter to that landing pad in that in, Captain America.
Oh, no, Whoa. But I'm thinking about think Chris Pratt,
Fat Chris
season
Pratt.
4, 1 through 4 of Parks and Rec.
Yep.
And then think about
him and Guardians
of the Galaxy.
60 pounds lost. My goodness.
And then like all gained back in muscle. Like muscle.
Yeah.
So
like seeing in this newest one, he was even more like fit. Like that dude, Chris Pratt is such a guy.
Oh, I love Chris Pratt.
Yeah.
Anyways, we have high hopes for Wonder Woman.
I'm excited. Yeah, I'm excited to talk about it next week when we actually have seen it.
And we'll talk about it a little bit next week too. Maybe a little less because E3 will be going on.
One thing I do recommend if you're kind of excited for Wonder Woman, Man at Arms. They do a YouTube series on
Did they make
the
the shield?
channel Ami. They made the shield and the sword. The
I
sword
saw
is
that.
gorgeous.
Yeah.
Like seriously, I followed that series Man at Arms for a while.
It's good.
Definitely watch that. If
So very briefly, I want to get to a little bit of music that came out this week because some of it is kind of a big deal.
Yeah.
Do you want to start with big deal or like lesser big deal first?
Let's do big deal.
Big deal. 'Cause I think there's less to say about the big deal too. Honestly.
What's the big deal?
Foo Fighters. New song.
Like I know which one we're talking about.
Well, and the reason that is a big deal is because, a little while ago there was a lot of speculation that they were going to break up or go on hiatus or something.
Okay.
Well, they announced that they were going on hiatus, and then
I remember that.
And like it kind of got out they were doing that, and then there's this whole speculation that they were going to break up, and they planned for a video that night, like to go on the air, and everyone was freaking out.
Yeah.
Because like they're since you know when did Color and the Shape come out? I feel like 97. I think 94 was the first Foo Fighters album, which was just like Dave Grohl demoing kind of thing.
I mean, you're the Foo Fighters nerd here, so.
I can't remember exactly when Color and the Shape came out. Anyways, but they've been probably one of 97 was when the Color and Shape came out. So they've been one of the biggest rock bands for like 20 years now.
Yeah.
And they can do whatever the heck they want to now. Because
Basically.
people just love Dave Grohl as a man. I like him. He's a cool guy. Good guy, Dave. But they released a video, and if you haven't seen the video, it's really funny. They did in like classic Foo Fighters fashion because they've always had really goofy music videos. Basically, they had Dave Grohl acting like a total douche, talking about like how he wanted to like go solo and was in the studio with Butch Vig, and like doing solo things that did not sound good at all. And then you had another like montage of the Foo Fighters, like the rest of the guys trying out new singers and like singing Foo Fighters songs like a different guy. It's like, this is weird. And then like just this whole like end of the video is like, we're not breaking up, like you guys are idiots, like we'll be back, we're just taking a break for a while.
That's a very Foo Fighters thing to do.
Yeah, they're just taking a break for a while.
Which I mean, they've been a band for so long. I don't blame them for doing
that. Yeah, and they've done that in the past. They've taken like hiatuses because they're on their like fourth guitarist.
Yeah.
Well, yeah, fourth guitarist.
Yeah,
I think maybe third. But
and now like in the video that they did for their newest song, like there was they're a 6-piece now. They have 2 guitars.
They're like a
bass,
5.5 piece
and keys.
So the keyboardist is like not. He is part of the band, and he's always there, but he's like considered an affiliate to the band. It's really weird.
I mean, that's kind of what their second guitarist.
Although
was.
I have seen him in like a lot of the promo pictures for them lately, so he may be getting into. He may be in the band now. I don't know. I mean, and honestly, too, Pat Smear, who joined on, like he was in the very beginning. He was in the Foo Fighters, and then he was gone for a while, and then he came back.
Yeah.
But like he didn't replace anybody. He just like joined the band.
Yeah.
He literally just sits there and like plays really loud notes. Like he's just there to be loud. But
I mean, rock.
Yeah. I mean, but I don't know. It was like a big deal that they were gone for a while, and then to come back, they live streamed a concert, and then they just dropped a random music video and song. So who knows about an album? I have no idea about like what they're gonna do with that.
I love the dedication there that shows that they still love what they do, because the fact that they took a hiatus but still recorded a song while doing it.
Yeah, I mean, well, I'm sure they because the hiatus thing started like maybe year and a half ago.
Okay.
So they took a little bit of time off. They've been gone for a little bit.
After Dave Grohl breaking his foot and playing all the shows.
Oh, yeah. I forgot about that.
His rock throne.
Yeah. Good guy, Dave. But
he's literally like everything a rock star should be.
People love him.
Yeah.
His mom wrote a book about like him too. Like pretty recently, they came out with a book of like his mom was about raising Dave Grohl.
That sounds enjoyable to read, actually.
I don't.
When your son's such a rock star that you can write a book about raising him.
Yeah, I don't really know. It's interesting.
Destined to be great.
Interesting thing.
Anyway, so that new song.
Good song. I like it.
My goodness. It's called
Run. So. I like it too, though, because the last album, well, they had an EP in between there, but they did an HBO series for one of their albums that
I forgot they did that.
They recorded each song in a different city. Sonic Highways. It was all right. It wasn't that great to me, really.
Yeah.
It was interesting that they did an HBO series on it.
Yeah.
And I saw some of the recording process stuff. It was cool. But then they did the Saint Cecilia EP, which was pretty cool. Which is kind of the same thing. They dropped that like as a surprise one night, and it was free to everybody, stuff.
Yeah,
cool.
It's kind of funny though. They don't really hype up much of their stuff. They just drop it and let people.
I mean, think about like what Beyonce does. Beyonce doesn't ever announce any albums. Beyonce always just like comes out with the album, and
I
then
did not know that.
Yeah.
She's okay.
And I'm pretty sure Drake did that with like an album. Like
that's a really smart way to do it. Like, it's just like ta-da.
Yeah, I mean, like when you reach that level of like stardom,
and you can't do that starting out.
I mean, I think Foo Fighters are like the only rock band that can do that too.
One of the few, yeah.
Like current rock bands.
Yeah.
Like, I mean, most people know them, and some kind of scene, and people like them a lot.
Yeah.
They have a huge fan base.
Yeah.
And I don't know, but the new song's kind of cool to me because it gets back to some of their older style things.
They go so hard in that song.
Yeah, there's like it's heavy.
Yeah,
it's got like screaming
energy. Like when that first.
Yeah, it's like a mix of some old Foo Fighters stuff.
Yeah.
Like I'm like when I think old, I think like the very first album. That was just Dave Grohl like recording for like a week or something like that, and then kind of a mix of what Sonic Highways was a little bit, the more soft, sort of melodic rock thing.
Yeah.
So I don't know.
It blends well.
Yeah, I really enjoyed the song
and the music video.
Yeah, and we'll see. I hopefully new album coming soon. I would be excited for that.
That'd be awesome. That'd be cool if this is a single, just for
the
new album.
And who knows if it'll make it on the album or if I don't know. They didn't announce an album with the single, so I have no idea about that. And I know they're doing festival tours right now. Okay. So we'll see what they do.
Yeah, because it's summer right now, so it's prime time for that.
Yeah, a lot of festivals junk right now. So that's that song. I like it. Nick, you listened to it. Eric, did you listen to it?
I did not.
You walked in on the room while we were listening to it.
Yeah,
you literally just listened to it.
I did listen to it.
Eric.
Son.
Dad.
So, Dance Gavin Dance.
Okay, so Dance Gavin Dance, band we all listen to, right? Nick, do you listen to them?
Occasionally.
Okay.
They're the best.
So, yeah, they're pretty good.
Pretty good.
I mean, I'm not going to call them the best. I like them. I won't say that they're bad. I mean, I do. They're one of my favorite bands.
Just say they're good.
I like how the more I stared at you, the more you felt the need to explain.
They're good. Anyways, so Punk Goes Pop.
Yeah.
Volume 7 announced. And they did a cover of a hardcore cover of That's What I Like by Bruno Mars.
It's so silly.
It's so good.
It's goofy. It's pretty much what they are as a band too, though.
Yeah, I mean, it wasn't the song fit with them because it's very similar to a lot of the other stuff that they did,
and probably one of the better Punk Goes Pop things.
If I didn't know it was a cover, I would have thought it was one of their songs.
That's
the
true.
way they did it.
That's
true.
One thing, so because this song came out, I decided that I wanted to listen to. Well, me and Saylor both were like, "Hey, let's listen to all the Punk Goes Pop." So on Spotify, they have a volume 1 through 6 playlist that I just played on shuffle, and I've come to the conclusion that there's 3 kinds of Punk Goes Pop songs. There's the ones that are genuinely good, like the song actually, like the original song actually fits being made into like a hardcore song or a punk song or whatever.
If done by the right band.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like the lyrics and the flow and everything, it all just kind of works to be turned into that kind of song. Then there's the ones that are just absolutely hilarious, where they're like screaming about like love and stuff, like just like typical pop song stuff, but being like hardcore screamed. And then there's the ones that are just awful.
Like the entire first album. Yeah. It's so bad. And there's like in the first 2 albums, first 2 or 3, there's like 2 or 3 covers of like Baby One More Time by Britney Spears.
Oh yeah, because that's I saw a cover of Bye Bye Bye, but I didn't actually watch it or listen to it. I saw it in there.
I don't know. We'll see. I mean, okay, so the rest of the track listing. State Champs is doing Stitches by Shawn Mendes. I think I've heard that song maybe. I don't know. Some song called called Gangsta. New Year's Day is. I don't know what that is.
Oh, jeez. That sounds like it's going to be one of the
Andy
silly ones.
Black is doing an Adele cover.
That could be cool.
Grayscale is doing a Justin Bieber cover. Capsize, which if you listen to Capsize, they're pretty like, yeah, they're just hardcore. There's not like the poppy like or the punky like singing kind of thing going on with Capsize. I think it's just screaming.
Yeah.
They're doing a Drake song. See how that goes. Boston Manor is doing Heathens by 21 Pilots. Eat
That
Your
could be
Heart
cool.
Out.
That
Eat
would
Your
fit,
Heart Out
yeah.
is doing Shape of You.
Okay.
Ice Nine Kills is doing that Zayn and Taylor Swift song. I think the one that was made for that 50 Shades movie. Was it? Logan, you would know.
Wait, what?
Which one?
Did you see 50 Shades? The newest one?
No, not
You have
the
a
newest
wife?
one. Not the newest one, thank God.
Oh.
Mhm.
I thought because you had a wife,
Not yet.
you would have to go see it.
Nope. Because I also have a mom, and they went together.
That's kind of...
That's not much better.
Wait. Let's stop this conversation
Okay,
for a
hold
second.
Oh gosh. Oh man. I'm
Your
telling-
mom and your wife saw...
So my wife read the books.
That's not a.
All right. Here you go. You guys got me talking about 50 Shades of Grey. So this is what you get. So my wife, she really likes to read, and so she read 50 Shades of Grey, and she is a strong advocate that there is a story amongst all of the muck that is that book, and she also agrees that the author should not have written that because she's not an author, and she also has no experience whatsoever with BDSM. So
How do you know?
because
Have you met the author?
She confessed to like never doing any of that.
Oh, okay,
Yeah.
then.
There's anyway. I just know her personally. Anyway, calling me out. But that being said, apparently there is a great love story there and everything, and it's just about a man trying to overcome
Sure,
his demons
what?
and blah blah blah.
Is this between all the weird
but-
manipulation?
Okay, hang on. No, you get this.
Yeah,
you,
yeah.
you asked.
Go ahead.
I hope this is its
I'm-
own section in the podcast.
I'm waiting for the part I really want to find out about.
What? Oh, yeah. All the lead up. So apparently, with 50 Shades of Grey, it's about a man trying to overcome his
Now,
demons.
did you see 50
brought
Shades
on-
of Grey? So yes,
Yeah.
that I don't want to
What,
say I did.
what do you think about that, having seen it?
Okay,
Okay. Here's the thing.
okay. I already know what he thinks about it.
But the
The-
listeners don't.
The question
You-
at hand
no,
is not this.
You
though.
asked for this.
The question. I
So,
didn't ask for this.
the-
I asked the
I
question
asked
as to
for
why
it.
is your
Eric
mom
wants
and
to
your
know.
I want
wife.
to stretch this out as long as I can.
Eric wants to know. So, Eric, the movie. Thankfully, the most extreme thing that happens is he spanks her really hard.
Oh, daddy.
I know it's
Wow, that's.
it's really honestly kind of a letdown because it's
Wow.
like you have all this build up to all this like really
He has a whole
raunchy.
playroom full of.
No, seriously,
some
when you see the
stuff.
room, it's like some medieval torture kind of stuff, and then you get into it, and the only thing he pulls out is a paddle. Like, and here's the thing: like, I get that there is a lot more to it, like the whole like controlling her and making, like, dominating her and everything, and like telling her what she can and can't eat, what she can and can't wear, where she can spare money and everything. Like, I get that goes deeper than just like hitting people.
But there's a lot of that along with it, I think.
In the book, there's I think, I don't know, I never read it.
There's too many thumbs.
There's too many thumbs. I remember that. Don't worry about it. It was a misquote.
It's the best misquote of all
Every
time.
time I think about the book, that's all I think about is you and Paige
so
saying
many
that.
thumbs.
So, anyway, so she really enjoys the story there, and she watches the movies in hopes that, you know, the story will be told better on the screen than it was in the book, because apparently the book is just very poorly written, because this lady has never written a book before. She watched Twilight and wanted to
And
write
wrote fan fiction.
and wrote fan
Yeah.
fiction in the form of 50 Shades of Grey, and it somehow killed it. She has no experience writing. Her husband, I think, is a writer, though. And she has no experience with BDSM.
So she was like, I can do that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I imagine there was a lot of him giving her pointers. So anyway,
I think if he did that, it
my
would have been
mom
better.
is the kind of person that will watch literally anything. She will watch any movie.
Apparently,
Um,
she'll even watch 50 Shades
And
Darker.
with her daughter-in-law.
so my wife went to her and was like, hey, Logan doesn't want to see this movie with me. Do you want to see this movie? And my mom was already going to go see it because she literally sees every movie that comes out because she goes to the theater like 3 times a week. I'm not kidding.
Yeah.
Like that much.
I mean, are you okay with your wife and your mom having seen that movie together?
Okay, let's rewind. Did any of you guys see the movie Splice?
No.
Did you see the movie Splice? Did you see the movie Splice, Nick?
No.
What do you think?
Okay, this movie, it is a like weird like gene splicing experiment where it produces like a little girl. They raise this little girl. At some point in this movie, and it's a guy and girl team. I think they are together. I think they're like husband and wife or something. A guy and girl scientist team that made this thing. At one point, Guy has sex with this thing. Yeah, it's really weird. The thing has a tail that has like a little poisonous barbon and everything. Fast forward in the movie, the thing ends up turning into a male and then rapes the girl. I watched that with my mom when I was 16.
All right, so
no, I'm not worried about my wife and my mom seeing 50 Shades of Grey together.
It's not awkward to you.
No, because after experiencing that, there's never another like. I watched Watchmen with my parents.
Oh, okay. I mean,
that's not that bad.
Have you seen that movie?
Yeah.
Have you seen Dr. Manhattan and his swanging thing?
Yeah, that.
Okay, yeah. When you're a teenager, that's a little weird.
Yeah.
Especially when your dad like looks over you and he says, "Close your eyes." I wasn't expecting this movie to be like this.
Did you close your eyes?
I mean,
no.
His dad told him to.
And then there's the sex scene later on in the ship.
You would disobey your father like that?
Just to witness Dr. Manhattan's Manhattan.
Thank you for that, Eric. That's the quote of the episode. So how many Manhattans do we give this episode?
Well, I think we have something we need to rate in a minute.
Okay.
Oh.
Are we done with Punk Goes Pop? Because, I mean, we talked about 50 Shades.
I think we're done.
I mean, yeah, the thing... Anyways, so let's get to some more cringy things too, like 50 Shades.
Since I'm the less jaded by this, do you want me to lay out?
I kind of want Nick. Nick hasn't talked much. I kind of want Nick to...
Nick, what did we do this week?
All right, so we all downloaded a fantastic application known as Second Life. And
that's a very graceful intro.
Everybody loved it to the point to where they played it multiple times besides Logan.
No, he played it multiple times.
Twice.
Oh, you did?
Yeah. He played as much as I did, actually. I only played it twice.
No,
I think
no.
everybody...
The
twice.
first time I played
times.
it, though, you were there. I played it for like 5 minutes.
True.
I think we all got 2 playthroughs in,
I got one.
except Nick.
That's all.
Yeah, but
that's all
Nick,
you need.
you only needed one.
So, okay, let's just go
Nick,
around.
you brought me to the dark places.
No, you brought me there.
No, you brought me.
Let's go around and what was everyone's experiences? Should I start with mine since mine's the most boring, or?
Yours was the most mild,
Yeah,
so we'll go
yours-
you, me, and then Nick and
Okay.
Saylor.
What are you saying? Are you saying that ours were the...
Yours was the best, I think.
Oh, the best part is we didn't discuss with Eric beforehand what we are and are not going to say about this. So anyway.
Well, Aaron didn't reach the depths. So
That's true.
Yeah,
and just, Eric,
mine
remember,
was pretty-
remember
Yeah, there are
this show
things-
is PG.
Mine was not sexual. It
there
was just
are things
weird.
I am not going to talk about.
So mine pretty much consisted of I walked around and literally had no idea what to do. And so I met a girl. She was from Poland. She also had no idea what to do. We explored together. We got separated, but we added each other as friends. I never spoke to her again.
Should we explain the game a little bit too? Like what it is?
Gosh.
Okay. Yeah.
Well, okay.
Nick, you explain it.
Okay,
How do you explain that?
In Second Life, you create a character, and you can purchase clothes for him, and you can dress it up however you like, and then you can go talk to people in different environments.
It's pretty much just a big chat room
It's a big chat room with
It's a really interactive chat
visuals.
room.
where you can fly.
There's visuals and there's
And you can
There's some
fly.
visuals.
audio.
And you have an avatar. Like you can
You can
design them to look
customize him.
however you,
can
And
make
you-
him big and
you can fly.
And you can fly and you can voice chat or you can message people with
Nick
IM.
voice chatted with the girl.
want. Oh,
I
geez.
did.
How'd that go?
She did
didn't
not
say anything.
have a mic. She just called me for some reason.
Yeah, no, she also, I don't think she spoke English.
She did not.
A
She
lot of
kept,
people don't.
Well, no, like she kept just saying like stuff in Spanish to me. And I was just like, what are you talking about?
Porque.
And then even after we left, she would still keep talking until I had blocked her.
Wait, really?
Yeah.
Jeez. Yeah, pretty much. Yeah, that's what I've gathered from that. It's a big chat room with like lots of visuals and interactive stuff, but like for the most part, I feel like it's just stuff to do while you're chatting with random people from around the world.
Yep. There are a couple neat environments to go to. Like there's a zombie village and there was a giant chessboard fantasy world.
Oh yeah.
I saw the chessboard, but I was too distracted by Big Daddy's Clubhouse.
Well, here's the thing also with Second Life is it is a pretty much a user created world. Everything is, for the most part, like they have like that you actually can be paid as a designer and everything for worlds and stuff like that. People create worlds and moderate them and whatnot. So with that and it being the internet,
There's some weird stuff.
there's some weird stuff. There's a lot of normal and very mundane things, like the chat room or the place that Eric got kicked out of because he kept,
Yeah, I'll tell that. I'll tell that.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah. Rick and Morty quotes.
Spoilers.
But yeah. So pretty much mine consistent. Here's the thing. I found it really weird to go and mess with people because I understand that people are playing this game, they're trying to have a good night or do whatever, and like this is like their hobby. So I
Or
mean,
their life.
yeah, well,
their second life.
We didn't meet anybody like that though. Like I did not meet a single person that was like took it that seriously. I didn't. But the thing is, like, I wouldn't want anybody coming into like my hobby and like disrupting
Dumping
it.
on it.
Yeah. So I'm like, I'll just nah. So for the most part, like I couldn't really find anything to do because I found it really weird to mess with people. So I was on with Eric at one point, but I kind of like I kept lagging out. So first off, that game runs awfully.
It really does.
Just
My laptop has pretty good like processing speed, and I was lagging pretty hard.
Well, it doesn't help that my laptop's a turd. So it was literally like I remember I was on a dance floor in some like random place. I think I was right after you got off Skype with me, and I was trying to get to the other side so I could get away from all the people because it's lagging so bad. And then like I end up like shooting across. Like it finally catches up, and like all these people all get like pushed to the side, and everybody's like, "Excuse you," blah, blah, blah. And like I was telling Nick about this earlier. Everyone in that game, okay, you're playing like World of Warcraft or like Destiny or whatever game where like it's an MMO.
Yeah.
When you're around people, they typically don't really like mention it. If you run up next to somebody, they're not going to
They're not going to be like, "Oh, hey, dude."
yeah, they're not going to really care because it's like you're just there to shoot things or hit things. But like in that game, when you get around people, they're very spatially aware. Like if you're near them, it's like, "Hey, can I help you? Hey, what do you want?" Like it's almost
like-
they treat it so much more like the real world. Like if some guy like
They
walked up and
literally
sat down
treat it
next
as
to
a
me.
second life.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like if somebody walks up to me in real life, I'm going to be like, "Hey."
Yeah,
Yeah.
As far as like social cues and everything, they do treat it like the real world, which is interesting because I feel like it's one
I
of
didn't
the
really
few
do
games
that in
where that kind of
game,
goes on.
aside from when I was in the dance floor.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I was in a club and I was like, all right, well, this isn't really podcast worthy. This is just really silly. I'm not getting any material, so I need to go deeper. And so I turned on the adult ratings or enabled adult theme stuff, and I found a really, really, really sketchy place with really...
What was it called?
I'm not going to name it. I'm not going to name it because...
Something like a basement,
stop.
Somebody's relative, I think.
I wasn't allowed to go.
like your father's father.
It was called Grandpa's Basement. So I wasn't allowed to go in. Well, I could go in, but it would constantly keep teleporting me out or something like that until I like picked a destination because like when you land on a certain, if you walked out of a certain square, it would teleport you back to that square.
Yeah.
And like you saw a stairway that led down into a basement. So, and there was lots of like obscene things on the walls, and talk about like which users were online and stuff. I don't know what's going on there, but it had, its description discussed some very, very morally questionable, I guess, activities. Explicit activities is the most PC way I can put that. And I got off after that. Like I went to another safe place or a safer place. I kind of walked around. That never mind. I did go to one other adult themed area, and I literally went in there. I was like, all right, I'm not gonna mess with people. I'm just gonna straight up ask. So I was like, hey, I'm playing this for a podcast, and I need some good material to talk about. And I was referred to a man.
What was his name?
Mr. Spanky. Shout out to Mr. Spanky. I never talked to him.
Wherever you are, Mr. Spanky.
Wherever you
Mr.
are,
Spanky, we love you.
But I was told Mr. Spanky always says ridiculous things. He could give you a whole podcast. I don't know if that was like a innuendo or not, but I did not seek out Mr. Spanky because that just sounded very questionable.
That's too bad.
There was lots of very explicit things being described in that area, and so I just left. I wasn't as bold as you guys in my adventures in Second Life.
Yeah,
which
me and
brings us
Yeah.
to Saylor.
No.
No,
Yeah.
Okay, I think we all three can talk.
Well,
Yeah, because you
okay,
guys did this together
well,
mostly.
Kind of.
I wasn't part of this.
Well,
but
okay. When I got on, I played as a vampire.
No, you not.
you
at
were. He was a
first.
vampire.
No,
Eric kind of kicked off the vampire thing, didn't
Yeah.
he?
Here.
Well, no. My avatar I created happened to be a vampire. I actually didn't know at the time, but I got in the game. I was like, oh crap, I'm a vampire. So I started doing vampire things in the movie in the game, and we started the whole
The vampire
vamp squad versus
vamp gang versus the V hunters.
Versus the V Hunters.
Yeah. So yeah, there's that, and people apparently really don't like you talking about vampire stuff most
people-
of the time. They
yeah.
got kind of offended every time. They're like, "No vamp stuff here."
Yeah, no, I had people like get really
Well,
mad at
I
me.
mean, I
They were
imagine
already-
there's specific areas for that.
They
so
were
they don't
already
really want
mad at me like already, but
You
me
just made
calling
everyone mad.
All right,
Like, I
let
know
me-
it's like,
I-
hang on, but Saylor got away with so much stuff where you just made
I said it
everybody
around
upset.
the wrong people, I think. But
I made some people mad the second time I played it. I will say that.
here, I'm gonna tell that story where I made everybody mad.
Yeah, go ahead, because me and Nick and okay.
Yeah, your story's way
I'll talk
above
about
mine.
my first night, and then me and Nick can talk about our night together.
Mm-hmm.
So, I'm playing this game in a vampire hunter's skin. So everybody I go up to and talk to, I'm asking them, "Hey, before we take this any further, are you a vampire?" And most people were just like, "No, go away." But this one guy was like, "Nah, dude, I don't really feel like role playing." So I was like, "Oh, dang. Sorry, I thought you were different than those guys who did me wrong."
Oh, this
So,
guy. I forgot about this
This guy was like, "Sorry to hear that something bad happened to you." And I was like, "Yeah, they didn't get me. They don't understand that being a vampire hunter takes a lot out of a guy." So this guy's like, "You need to find a better role-playing community." So this guy was like, "Hey, man, be careful. This game's not good to a lot of new users." And I mean, he was giving me like websites to go to talk about this. I'm like, dude, no. But anyways, I found a place called Big Daddy's Clubhouse, and I brought Logan there.
Yeah.
He was here for this. I immediately, in the big group chat, ask, quoting Rick and Morty, "Show me what you got." Almost immediately, I get
Triggered.
I triggered at least 3 or 4 people who all proceeded to tell me to go away and that this was a PG group chat. So I didn't even tell the.
In their defense, this is Second Life, which there's a lot of like
There-
questionable stuff. So I mean, show me what you got
Yeah.
could be taken the wrong way.
I didn't tell him it was a Rick and Morty quote. I immediately went into, "Hey, are you guys vampires?" I was kicked out not long after that.
Well, and then you got private messaged by that guy that kicked
Oh
you out.
yeah, the guy private messaged me and he was like, "Hey man,
He said,
there's none of that." And I'm like, "Dude, this was a vamp hunt. I'm looking for vamps."
well, and then
And he
what's
was
funny,
like, "Good, we don't allow vamps, so now you're banned." I'm like, "Dude, that's racist. The vamps are gonna win." And then I talked with a bot after that, and that was great.
Well, hang on. But after you got kicked out of there, I was still in there. I remember walking into the
Oh,
middle of the
that's
dance
right.
floor and saying, "Does anybody watch Rick and Morty?" And multiple people were like, "Yeah." And I just said, "Show me what you got." And
Nobody
then-
cared.
And then I got kicked out.
Oh, you got kicked out? Oh.
No, yeah, nobody cared at first. Nobody said a word. Like nobody called me out.
Yeah.
I just got booted. Like yeah, because you had gotten off at that point, and like out of nowhere, like
Yeah.
I'm like, oh wow,
Yep.
nobody cares about me saying it, and I got booted.
Yeah.
I-
But talking with that bot was
well,
interesting.
bots are always weird.
Oh, yeah.
I don't know. Should I elaborate on my experience?
Yeah, I
Do
want to
your first
hear
one.
I want to hear about your experience.
Well, hang on, but Eric's got so much more.
Does he have more?
Do you? Thought you did.
No, that's about it.
Really?
Oh,
I think so.
I thought you had more adventures than that.
No, I kept trying to start like, oh, no, the most I did was just asking people like, "Hey, are you a vampire? Hey, are you a vamp? Where are the
Oh,
vamps
okay.
at?"
Yeah. All
I
right.
could have sworn you. Okay.
That's the most
Oh,
PG thing I
jeez.
have.
Sailor and Nick.
Are we doing? We're doing that night.
No, I'll do my first night.
Yeah, you do yours first.
All right, yeah. So the first night I got on, I went to a place, some beach. I don't know. People rented out like little villa houses there. Well, I see some girl just because most of the doors are open. Some girl's just like sitting in there, and I'm like, I'm just gonna walk in there, and I just walk up to them, and it allows me to sit down next to them. Well, I didn't know I was gonna sit down next to them and immediately start cuddling with them. That was a little weird.
Maybe she's like a Venus flytrap. She just sits there, but has that area set to cuddle immediately. So then, like, you walk up and it's
I don't know.
cuddles.
Well, then we got into a conversation, and she, I really don't know how to describe this conversation. It was one of the most cringe,
Lay it out.
worthy things I've ever seen. Let me get down to this. So, anyways, I asked her if she needed me to do anything for her because I just had just walked into her house. I figured that'd be nice.
Were you gonna like fix her washer? Like,
No. She told me just sit down. She kept calling me dear, which, I mean, I kept calling people baby, ironically. So, anyways,
No.
But
think
deer
it-
is so
I don't-
much more intimate.
I don't think it was ironically.
it was pretty ironically.
I think you were getting really into that
Yeah, I was way into this game actually.
Knew it.
until
Well, I told her. Gosh, I
Read
told
it.
her I was a vampire, and that she kept asking me to be friends. She asked me if I wanted to be friends eventually, talking to her, and I said no, I don't want to. Or it's like, unless, like, are you okay with being friends with a vampire? Like, I treated this whole vampire thing like very serious.
you and
Like,
me got into the whole vampire hunter roles.
Yeah, and then I said, most people I get close to I hurt because I'm a vampire. And then she laughed at me, like LOL. And I said, it's not funny. And then she's like, I can be your friend if you don't bite me. And then I said, I can make any promises. And she got really mad at me. And she's told me to go away. And it ended up more conversation. And she told me to sit down. Well, I sat down, and then more cuddling ensued. It was really weird. There's some weird stuff that went on in this conversation. And then I asked her what she was doing, and she was doing it to calm me. So then I turned the table, and I told her that I didn't want to be there if she was just being nice.
Well, because you asked her if she was single.
Yeah, you guys had got me to ask her if she was single. And then I told her I will not be played, and she said, God, the ending of the conversation is great. She said she was being honest, and then I was just playing vampire. And then I ended with, I am a real vampire, and flew away in vampire fashion.
No, hang on. The best part is the fact that, like, she's, like, trying to, like, argue with you, saying, I'm the real one. I'm authentic. You're playing a vampire. So
You're
you
just
must
a
be fake."
vampire.
It's like, you're still playing a random avatar
Yeah.
in Second Life. You're still not a real
This is
person.
not you.
Yeah, okay, well.
So you're more fake because your avatar was
So
a
one thing I was
vampire.
trying to do, and so I wanted to see how serious people took this game like as their life. Well, one thing I kept doing was every time someone would say SL, I'd be like, "What are you talking about?" And they'd be Second Life. I'd be like, I don't know what you mean by Second Life. This is my first life. I don't know what kind of fantasy world you live in."
Mm-hmm. And did you get any responses to that?
Most people just like laughed at me. Some people got like really offended by
Did
that.
somebody call you stupid or something like that?
They told me it was a effing cartoon, you idiot.
So I love how you can even, on Second Life, you can even make people cringe.
Yeah, yeah. What the
Are you reading through all your...
I'm reading through Eric's.
We're talking about you here, Saylor.
I just made it to Eric's in the like stream.
There's some gold.
Okay. Last night though, me and
Oh,
Nick decided to
jeez.
play.
Yeah.
The first thing we went to London City, right?
Yeah, we went. Well, before that, we went to see that one like Spanish girl.
Yeah.
you
That
know,
didn't literally
you had to
last
block.
long. Nick blocked.
You didn't
Right.
block her. She
I didn't
didn't
block
bother
her.
you the entire time.
No.
What the heck?
Anyways, so I went to London City and I asked if people wanted to join the Vampire Wars, coming off of Eric's thing. Well, I got to one guy who told me I wasn't even a true vamp. I didn't know that was a thing in this game, like being a true vamp or whatever.
Mm-hmm.
How did
Hang on.
How did you not know though?
Hang on.
There's
hang
a
on.
bloodline script in there. Where
Yes.
People
I'm
Oh
not
my
surprised.
God.
So this guy, after arguing a little bit, telling him I was a true vampire, he told me that he could make me a true vampire if I wanted him to.
Mm-hmm.
To which you said,
I said,
Of course.
sure, show me. Well, it comes down to it. He said, well, yeah, hang on a second. Da, 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 da. This guy's name was the Lost One, by the way.
Whoa.
Yeah, cool name.
All caps.
edgy.
Yeah, it was all caps.
Was he lost?
No, I don't know.
Did he seem lost?
I don't know. But anyways,
Did you help
he got me to go. He teleported me to him in this random like house that had some weird stuff in it, and kept trying to explain to me how to become a vampire. And he said the only way was he would give me the money to purchase the HUD that you have to purchase for it for my soul. So I offered up my soul to this guy.
Yep. He had a total of 8 souls before that, and now he has 9.
Yeah.
Wait, it actually shows how many souls he has?
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
Oh, jeez.
So I traded my soul for 600 Second Life dollars.
Whoa. What'd you buy with all that dollar?
I bought the vampire thing.
That is approximately $2 in USD.
Yep.
Oh, God.
So
Oh, that's the other thing that I
Okay.
forgot about. I told Logan about this. This guy, I was in an entire world for Doctor Who, and
yeah.
I accidentally joined a Doctor Who group where the description was, this group is only for talking about the show Doctor Who. No advertising and no talking about anything else. And I'm like,
And the best part of it is
What
above,
did I get
above
myself
hi-
into?
above his name,
it says like
it
Doctor
said
Who.
Doctor Who and then Eastu.
Yeah. So I was like, dang it, how do I couldn't get out. Like, I was trapped with a bunch of, like, people. Oh, the other thing. I think it was, like, the London something. This guy tried to run a program on my profile, and it gave me a description of everything this profile did. And it was like, this guy wants to run this profile. It's going to do the following. Give him control of your profile. Give him control of your avatar. Make him control when your avatar sits and stands up. Controls your chat. Controls pretty much my entire profile. So I was like, no, I'm not doing that.
Yeah.
Like, why?
I did forget to mention also on mine, I tried to go to one of the fantasy places, and it was called Dragons. I'm like, all right, cool.
Yeah, I saw that. I almost
like
went to
Dungeons
that,
and
yeah.
Dragons. This will be awesome. Yeah, you got to be active for 30 days to go there. Then it crashed. Then I had to make a new avatar.
Yeah, we all made 2 days, so I don't think we're going to make it through 30.
Actually, my account was active for 9 years and 5 months.
Nick, what are you doing? You could have gone to Grandpa's basement.
I tried. I couldn't find it.
I don't want to talk about Grandpa's basement anymore.
Yeah. Nick, go ahead.
Oh,
In
man.
the most PG way you can.
All right,
Okay,
so
hang on. PG-13.
I think I can handle this. So we went to that club that Logan said he went to at one time.
But we got to see the.
Should we name it?
No,
Mr.
no.
Spanky or whatever was there, but
Wait,
was he?
Was he there?
that's the club that we went to. We didn't see Mr. Spanky.
Oh, okay.
I mean, you could have laid down for them. I don't think we were checking names. But there was lots of inappropriate videos and images up around everywhere. Lots of people were performing various things. And there was some nice music going on. I sang along to it a little bit. And I met a stranger and talked to her for a little bit.
In a unicorn costume.
Yep, she was holding a unicorn doll and was in a unicorn costume, and she was probably the most like into Second Life of anybody that any of us met, because she had an account for almost 9 years as well. So she had a Second Life family and a Second Life friends
What?
who had all like left by that point.
She had a family?
Yeah, they have family systems in Second Life and stuff.
Oh my goodness. That's... Okay, sorry. Didn't
What
mean to
was
cut
she
you off.
doing there with her family?
I don't think her family was there. I think she was lost.
Clearly.
She was not in the right spot for what she was wearing.
No.
But she tried really hard to make a friend out of me, and I was just in a position like I don't know what to say.
She thought I was
really.
your alt, too.
Yeah. Whenever
I tried to hook you guys up.
whenever we were both talking to her at the same time, she thought it was just one person. I had to convince her that no, that's not me. Which it should have been obvious, but it was a strange. Eventually, whenever I wanted to get off of Second Life, she was asking me, "Oh, are you not getting back on? Can you just like add me as a friend?" And so, I had to add her as a friend to appease her, but then
Wait, you actually added
Wait,
her
you
as a
added
friend?
her?
it's okay because I uninstalled the game immediately afterwards.
But she
All the
knows
friend
you.
requests I got, even the guy I gave my soul to, I didn't accept any friend requests.
I mean,
Oh, no, I didn't accept any.
You accepted my friend request.
Okay, that's so we could voice chat while we were doing all of this.
But yeah, other than that, I mean, I don't see why it matters if I add her as a
True,
friend.
it doesn't
'cause
really
I'm
matter.
not gonna play again.
I mean, and
Keep her
I also stole $1,500 from some guy, pretty much.
yeah,
He tried to give it to me to go buy something for myself.
A member.
Yeah,
Because you were on a nude beach.
yeah.
that was a fun
Wait,
time.
you saw... Oh.
Someone tried to give me money to buy something for myself to make it more convincing.
Realism, man.
Yeah.
Yeah,
He
no,
literally said, "Here's $1,500."
that's the thing is you actually start off like a Ken doll, but you can buy...
That's why that
realistic
one slider
appendages.
wouldn't work.
yeah.
Okay, because I didn't have one.
I knew how that worked, but I didn't want to explain that to you.
Yeah, thank you, because I was not about to go delve into that.
Yeah, so he pretty much gave me $7, and it's
then-
just dead now. Like, I'm not using it. Anyways,
I can't believe you.
is there anything we should say about this game more?
All right. From a scale of 1 to 10 Manhattans, what would we rate this game?
Negative 12.
I mean, it's not as much of a game as a chat room.
It wasn't
so
a good experience.
If we were going by game standards, I'd give it about a 2.
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay.
Give it a 2.
Okay. Since I'm probably the most understanding about this because I didn't get into some of the ridiculous stuff. If you don't turn on the adult-themed allowance, like, thing.
Yeah.
Which I didn't. I kept that off.
I give it like a 4 or 5 Manhattans, if that's what you're looking for, because it's a very specific niche. It's not just anybody's going to jump in there and enjoy it.
As a person outside of that niche,
It's not like...
I give it a 2.
It's not like a video game.
I give it a 1.
Yeah, you saw some stuff.
I give it a 1.
Now, when you turn the adult theme rating on, stuff gets super questionable. I give it a 0 Manhattans.
Yeah,
with adult on.
I felt...
Well, actually, technically, that ramps the Manhattans up to a 10. But
To
you know
sum
what
up
I mean.
my Second Life experience, I felt dirty after playing the game.
It makes you... It coaxes you into some things
I
that...
felt dirty,
Oh,
and I
I
had
feel
to
like that
immediately uninstall it
I feel like that game...
and like read my Bible.
I feel like that game does exactly what, honestly, the internet or specifically YouTube kind of does sometimes, where you start clicking on things, you start getting carried away, you start
Next
going
thing
down
you know,
the
you
rabbit
find
hole,
something
and
you
then you're-
don't want to look at.
and then you're like me after an hour of sitting on YouTube and you're watching natural births and you're like, why am I doing this?
Why are you doing that?
Why would you do that,
Dude, it
Logan?
was a weird day.
Logan, what?
Do you even
But I
know
don't,
what you're
I don't
clicking
even
on?
want to go
No.
into that.
It was a weird day.
You
Let's
got
not-
one good story. You
let's not
don't
go into
know.
that.
No.
I don't want to tell more stories.
So, that's
So
our
all around,
Second Life.
Nick, you never gave... How many Manhattans do you give that game?
You
I mean-
you said 2, or is that Eric?
That was.
That's
If
it.
we're
both
going
of
by
us.
game standards, I'd say
Oh,
2.
yeah, you did. Okay.
But like, I would give it like a 7 for chat room. Like,
Yeah, yeah.
I mean, it's
For the niche that it fills.
it's pretty creative with its like how you can portray your character and stuff.
There's a ton of resources there.
Even
yeah.
though some of them are very
It's the internet.
odd.
It's the internet.
I wonder how heavily monitored that game is, though.
It's not.
With-
See, that's the thing is, it's all user created. So like, you can really do whatever you want. Oh, are you saying in a legal standpoint?
I'm
or-
saying in like a legal standpoint.
Well, here's the thing.
Because Grandpa's basement, that's what makes me wonder.
Here's the thing. Let's just lay out what Grandpa's basement kind of
mean,
was. Okay, Grandpa's basement had issues with age amongst the participants. We'll just leave it at that. There was a morally questionable age gap. So and legally questionable age gap. But here's the thing. Is anyone getting harmed in that instance? No. So legally, it's not illegal, but could that lead to hooking up with other people that have resources to other things? And then, I feel like that is
kind of a
staring down a
gray-
dark road.
Yeah. Kind of a gray area.
I mean, honestly, if you're there in the first place for any kind of enjoyment, you're already a questionable person.
Yeah.
Saylor talking about feeling dirty after doing like his stuff. Like I felt the same way getting out of there. Like after I left that place.
Yeah.
Honestly, had I stuck the first night, I felt a little weird about it, and then I think
cuddling with a random girl and talking about being a vampire.
Yeah.
See, that's weird, but that's not like
It's
I
kinda
need a
like
shower.
cringy
weird.
weird.
See, and that's the funny part is it's like you thought that was weird, but then you had no idea.
Yeah. So, yeah.
So moral of the story is,
If you're looking for
if you spend a lot of time on the internet, go play Second Life. If you don't play Second Life.
I would say don't play Second Life to both of those.
if you have a lot of free time, go play a different game.
If you have social anxiety in the public setting, go play Second Life.
Sure.
If you want to pretend to be a vampire, go play Second Life.
If you want to go to no, I'm not endorsing that.
No.
No.
Do not.
Yeah.
Though, but one thing that I did find kind of neat is the fact neat, but kind of like a little weird at the same time, is the fact that people can actually get jobs in that game. Because my intention playing that game, I never talked about what my intention.
You talked to me about that.
Well, but I'm talking about like here. Was my intention was I'm gonna play the most boring, mundane person. I'm going to literally like be just a dude that goes to work and like hangs out at the bar after or something. Turns out you actually have to work a job in that game. The places where you go to buy clothes and stuff actually have salespeople that their job is to sell clothes. They also have DJs in there that like their job is to pretty much play.
And those are other people doing those jobs.
Yeah, and actually I went into one place and it was actually there was a DJ and she was actually signing off, so she was telling everybody have a good night, and it was pretty rough because you could tell she definitely wasn't a radio presenter, but like she just the way that it was really awkward
like,
and everything.
Salutations, everybody.
Yeah, no, it was really just kind of a very what radio station do you listen to?
I imagine that's what they would have said. I was thinking of person he was cuddling
It was literally
with.
like a constant like have a good night, shout out to you, blah blah, blah, and then a mwah at the end, and it's just like stop, just get off.
That makes me think. So,
but anyway, these people actually get paid to do these things. So and I'm talking like real money. So I mean, there is, and here's the thing: can you look down on that?
If you're making
any more than you can look down on the people that design Minecraft worlds. Now, if they're designing some really questionable stuff, I'm gonna judge you. But for the people that actually design some of the Second Life worlds,
are pretty impressive.
That's what I'm
actually.
saying.
Yeah.
Like I wanted to go to that fantasy world because I want to see
you wanted to see
actually,
how.
Now, hang on. I thought, how cool would it be to create Second Life characters and then play a D&D campaign that you actually play out in Second Life? Like create your own private world, and you can actually like recreate a D&D world, and then your avatar is your D&D character, and you guys actually like walk around, and I can like play.
It sounds like DDO.
That would be really cool. DDO.
Dungeons and Dragons Online.
Oh yeah. I mean, but think about it. That would be kind of cool.
I would actually get something out of that. Yeah.
But then again, you could just play roll20.net and
True.
kind of do the same thing. But I just thought that it's a 3D plane.
It's something different.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't know. Anyways, Second Life is Second Life. People will play it. We will not play it.
I'm uninstalling it.
I uninstalled it.
I already installed it. I installed it immediately after last night.
As soon as I heard their story, I was like, no, I'm done.
Anyways, so I think that does us for this week.
Yeah. On filling containers.
On filling containers, which is really called filling space.
Filling Manhattans.
Episode 4. Filling Manhattan.
This is
Do
episode
not
4.
Fill your Manhattan.
Next week, episode 5, we're gonna talk about E3.
Yeah, because it's gonna be post E3.
It'll be kind of mid E3.
Well, by the time we post it, though.
Well, yeah, but we'll be talking about what's kind of been going on E3, and then probably the following week we'll wrap up a little bit more about E3. So next week will be about E3, and also next week we're gonna play another game this week, but we're gonna play a more well-known game.
Yeah.
We're gonna play Skyrim, but we're gonna play it as NPCs.
Yep.
We're gonna be as boring as we can on Skyrim.
Yeah, actually, if you want to kind of